getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down past the 30. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Murray throwing on second down. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He will push his way down to about the 14. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on second and 8, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And they work this out past the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Come on, set. Go to base. Not today, you are. Not today.
First down, Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. Gets around him. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
Ready. Mike 20. I got him. Slam. Move on, quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And got his man complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Philip Dorsett, 93 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Will Lutz on for the point after. So that'll back him up 5. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Cardinals nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 15 now. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
Set. 10. No chance. Set.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike. Drop deep, drop deep. Go. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, yeah. Mike 20. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
We got 3.
Murray now. This one complete to Christian Kirk. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead you an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're going to just roam and hit.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Herman to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Jackson on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
41. On second down, a run with Lindsey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. They go play action now. Jackson gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, New Orleans.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 13 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here we go. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Philip Lindsey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
A gain of 13. It's 3rd down and 6.
Hey, 20, I got you.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abuka in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Check 37, check 37. Out, out, out. Come on. Go. Rush in.
To throw is Jackson. Dorsett making the catch. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 60 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score, and now they get to go out there and do their part.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Second down, Murray sets to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then
blitz coming, and down he goes. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. It's been a long day for you. Kill.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go. 15 on it. Go there. Don't say nothing. Hey, alert 3. 2 seconds. Motion. Reset. He's checking. Crash. Check the hot read.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll run with Lindsey.
I got you, boy.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Philip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Murray. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory. And a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the postmortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision. No matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Switch.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Here's Jackson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
I got you. And the Saints, first down.
Is it the 6? Pull it. Half. He's coming. Double up.
Now Jackson on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Reddick coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack on first down, Jackson, that's caught, it's Thomas. And he is into the end zone, touchdown New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Focus, defense, focus.
On second down, here's Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. On the return is Irvin.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Phillip Lindsay with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe they're returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The 46-yard line.
Here we go. 18 data. All right, D. Man left. Alert. Let go.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll pitch it back. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down now. It's Lindsey. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, watch it.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking long for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
It's 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Lindsey. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
And we'll see what his offense can do. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Now on 2nd and 16, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Check 99. Check 99.
3rd and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They come out here in the eye. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings.
Exactly.
There.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This will be taken very short. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he comes back with one complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Pick me up. Here we go. Trump.
Murray, one final try. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
We got this.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.